Fargard 5. 155. Ahura Mazda answered, 3 nights long shall she remain. So, 3 nights long shall she live on that sort of meat, bread, and wine. Then when 3 nights have passed, she shall wash her body. She shall wash her clothes with gomez and water by the 9 holes, and thus she shall be clean. The modern custom is somewhat different. If a woman brings forth a stillborn child after pregnancy of 1 month to 10 months, the first food she shall take is nirong, or gomez, fire and ashes, and she is not allowed until the 4th day to take water or salt, or any food that is cooked with water or salt. On the 4th day they give her nirong, that she may cleanse herself and wash her clothes with it, and she is not allowed to wash herself and her clothes with water until the 41st day. What, they put urine on you and you're not allowed to use water to clean up? That's kind of 157. O Maker of the material world, thou Holy One, how long shall she remain so? How long after the 3 nights have gone shall she sit confined and live separated from the rest of the worshippers of Mazda, as to her seat, her food, and her clothing? 158. Ahura Mazda answered, 9 nights long shall she remain so. 9 nights long after the 3 nights have gone shall she sit confined and live separated from the rest of the worshippers of Mazda, as to her seat, her food, and her clothing. Then, when the 9 nights have gone, she shall wash her body and cleanse her clothes with gomez and water. 160. O Maker of the material world, thou Holy One, can those clothes, when once washed and cleansed, ever be used by a Za'atar, or by a Havanan, or by an Atare Baksha, or by a Frabatar, or by an Abared, or by an Asnatar, or by a Rathwiskar, or by a Sra Asha Vares, or by any priest, warrior, or husbandman? An Armest is literally an infirmed person, that is to say, who is unclean during the time of his uncleanliness, when all work is forbidden to him. But in short, we're any of the faithful in a state of purity. But we have names of different priests who were engaged in sacrifices. The Havanan strains the Haoma, marijuana juice with opium and ephedra, and one blend has 37 other plants. The Atare Vaksha kindles the fire. Frab Aratar brings all that is necessary for the sacrifice. The Abered brings the water. And the Asnatar cleanses the vessels. It's this. Is it Asnatar? Is that what they mean? Those are the priests who are entrusted with the preparatory or accessory proceedings. The essential duties are performed by the Za'atar and the Rathwiskar, the former chanting the hymns and saying the prayers, the latter performing the various operations during the sacrifice. Nowadays, there are only two priests, the Zatar, Zuti, and the Rathwiskar, Raspi, the latter performing all the accessory services formerly performed by several priests. As to the Strasha Varez, 162. Ahura Mazda answered, never can those clothes, even when washed and cleansed, be used either by a Za'atar or by a Havanan or by an Atare Vaksha or by a Frab Eratar or by an Abared or by an Asnatar or by a Rathwiskar or by a Sra'asha Varez or by any priest, warrior, or husbandman. 164. But if there be in a Mazdian house a woman who is in her sickness, or a man who has become unfit for work, and who must sit in the place of infirmity, those clothes shall serve for their coverings and for their sheets until they can withdraw and move their hands. And the clothing defiled by the dead can only serve for the Dashtan women, even after it has been washed and exposed for 6 months to the light of the sun and of the moon. Until they are clean, the unclean must have their hands wrapped in an old fleece of linen, lest they should touch and defile anything clean. 168. Ahura Mazda, indeed, does not allow us to waste anything of value that we may have, not even so much as an asparena's weight of thread, not even so much as a maid lets fall in spinning. It appears from those passages that the dead must lie on the mountain naked, or clothed only with the light of heaven. The modern custom is to clothe them with old clothing. When a man dies and receives the order, the older the shroud they make for him, the better. It must be old, worn out, but well washed. They must not lay anything new on the dead, for it is said in the Vendidad, if they put on the dead even so much as a thread from the staff, more than is necessary, every thread shall become in the other world a black snake clinging to the heart of him who made that shroud, and even the dead shall rise against him and seize him by the skirt and say, that shroud which thou madest for me has become food for the worms and vermin. Siddhar 12. Yeah, it is better to use the good cloth for the living. The Greeks entertained quite different ideas and dressed the dead in their gayest attire as if for a feast. Yet the difference is only in appearance, for after the 4th day, when the soul is in heaven, then rich garments are offered up to it, which will wear in its celestial life. Star 87, Hide 64, Star 12, formerly Fargard 6, 170. Whosoever throws any clothing on a dead body, even so much as a maid lets fall in spinning, is not a pious man whilst alive, nor shall he, when dead, have a place in the happy realm, the Behesht, or paradise. And 174. He shall go away into the world of the fiends, into that dark world made of darkness, the offspring of darkness. To that world, to the dismal realm, you are delivered by your own doings, by your own souls, O sinners. So, where darkness can be seized with the hand, is something more than the visible darkness. The commentary has the place of those who impregnate darkness for the drug conceives seed from the sinner from that place. The commentary has the place of those who impregnate darkness for the drug who conceives seed from the sinner from that place. And